It's Memorial Day weekend and we got a package in from one of our Fishin' Family subscribers. Let's take a look. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, the community. Hey, our Fishin' Fam right here on YouTube. If you're brand new to fishing or just looking for some tips, tricks, reviews, refresher courses, some how-tos, and the occasional unboxing, hey, you coming to the right spot. It's absolutely free to click that subscribe button, bang that little bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. That's right, today we got in a package. A special package for the packages we're putting together for those who really need some recreational therapy. So a big thanks to Charlie from SLYFOX Fishin. I'll link his channel down below. Go give him some love. So let's get to unboxing and take a look at what he sent. So we got a letter. Let's take a look at what it says. Fishing with Gramps. Hi, my name is Charlie. I'm with the YouTube channel SLYFOX Fishin. And as a subscriber to your channel and seeing how you like to help vets learn to fish, I wanted to help a little. It's not much, but I know every little bit helps a lot. I didn't have much in terminal tackle, but I did send a few hooks. And last but not least, to you, sir, Mr. Hickman, thank you very much for your service and honor. Please take a couple things for yourself to fish with and give all the others to the vets fishing packs. Thanks again from all of us at SLYFOX Fishin. Keep it sly. P.S. Reach out to 6 Gill Fishing. I believe they do veteran discounts. I'll have to keep that in mind. I love using those discounts so we can save a little bit of money when we're trying to put together little packages and things like this to help folks out. Charlie, thank you so much. I have all the baits and everything I need, so everything that's in here we'll put directly towards these packages. And your timing is really perfect because I just ordered a bunch of bags and things like that to pack and separate and sort baits in to make bait, to make bait bundles to take up to the VA domiciliary. And on behalf of the whole Fishing with Gramps family community, thank you again for sending this stuff in. It means a lot to a lot of... It's going to mean a lot to a lot of people. So let's dive into the box. Got a few little koozies, keeping them cold beverages cold when you're out fishing. You know, sodas and stuff. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's a Savage Gear bait. It looks like a topwater. It looks like a baby duck. Hollow duckling. Oh, that ought to jack them up. Oh, and there's another one in kind of a green color. These are actually slick. I've never seen anything like these before. Of course, I'm doing these outside today, so they got some pretty good detail. That's pretty awesome. And we got a black one and a white one. Got a spinning rod sock from Ozark Trails. I actually love these because they help protect your line and guides when you're moving around. And as everybody knows, I advise that people start out with the spinning rod when you're first getting started, just because it's an easy way to learn how to fish. So thanks again. All these are cool, very handy. I tell a lot of people, especially early in the year, to throw swim baits. And these are some Squadron swim bait heads from Strike King. There's a couple of them in here, and these actually look pretty heavy duty. Really good bait when it's too weedy or almost too much grass and muck to throw a chatterbait or spinnerbait. You can put some rage-tail swimmers on those and catch some fish. And then we got some Wacky Rig hooks. If you've got brand new anglers, a Wacky Rig is a great way to start out. Stick bait, Wacky Rig hook, cast, let it fall, catch fish. Got the Bill Lewis rattle trap and like a nice perch. That should be really nice for some of those ponds at the state park where these guys are going to be fishing. Got some Strike King trailer hooks, great for spinner baits. In case those fish are short striking, you can put a trailer hook on, have a good chance at catching them. We got some Yum Crawdads, looks like black with red flake in them. That'll be really good for kind of stained water, getting that contrast to get a bite. Texas rigged. Or on the back of a jig. Got a cotton cordell spot, another lipless crankbait, cast and retrieve. Kind of patriotic in colors, white with the red bottom and blue top. But when those things shimmy through the water, I mean, they really get to rocking, drive the fish crazy. But another good lipless crankbait. And the thing I love about this, these are perfect baits for bank anglers. For those guys that are first starting out, you can throw them on a spinner rod, zip them out there, reel them back in, catch some fish. Got some stick baits from Big Bite Baits. Perfect for throwing on those wacky rigs. You know, pearl white, shad color with some sparkles in it. Perfect Texas rig weightless Texas rig, or a wacky rig. Again, perfect baits for beginning bass anglers. Cast them out, let it fall, give it a twitch or a pop, catch some fish. Another great bait for new bass anglers. SLYFOX has really done a good job of focusing on new anglers, stuff that's either cast and retrieve or very simple to learn and fish. Got some missile baits destroyers in. These are like a big craw bait. These are a watermelon with red and black flake in them. I haven't thrown any missile baits yet. I love John Cruz. He's a great bass pro. He's also a smart businessman and has a bait company. Last name's Cruz. Missile baits. Cruz. Missile. Destroyer. He's got some beginner bass angler packages or like kits that I'm actually going to get and do some reviews on because I love the concept. He put a bundle together with the hooks, the weights, the baits, the things you need, and then sells those in kits. So I'm definitely going to get on this weekend and order some of those because I've been wanting to try out some of his baits. But again, another perfect bait for beginners. Tie this on a light Texas rig, cast it out there on a spinning rod, and just slowly drag it back or pop it back in and work that bottom and catch some fish. Oh, and then he threw in some Yum Pulse swim baits. These are a Houdini color. It's kind of a, I love these because they're almost, you can't call it clear, but they're see-through. And they're like a shad color. You've got those white swim bait heads, and then this kind of almost translucent gray with black and see-through. Really detailed. Looks like a fish. So even the two contrasts for cast and retrieve. Again, SLYFOX is thinking here, keeping the new angler in mind, cast and retrieve. These are just awesome baits. One of my favorites that I got recently that I hadn't thrown these forever. But I got some recently in a monster bass box, and I've been using them on the back of jigs because I love the kicking action of the Berkeley chigger crawl. And the other thing about Berkeley baits, man, their scent is amazing. I need to go out, and I haven't done this yet. I used to buy the big bottles of their scent, and then I could just squirt it on any baits that I had because I always wanted that scent that Berkeley made, because they ain't lying when they say fish grab on and don't let go. The Berkeley Max scent is really good. But again, these black-blue chigger craws, fish them on a Texas rig, throw them on the back of a jig. Great way to catch largemouth bass. EWG, extra wide gap for those that are new. The hooks, perfect for, and these will go good for the bigger baits that are a little bit longer. If it's bait's a little smaller, I'll use a size 3 or 4. But these are great for those bigger size, fuller size baits, like these baits that we got from Missile Baits. This is perfect. This is a bigger bait, and this hook will match up with these baits really well. And when I pair these up with the little sinkers that I'm going to send in these packages that we put together with these, and my cat is over here chasing something, I don't know. Figured they'd be tired of cicadas and everything else that's going on. We got the Brood X going on. If you've been watching any of my Instagram or the little short that I put, the cicadas are actually pretty quiet today compared to what they've been, but I don't know. We've had a lot of them. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Oh yeah, another perfect bait for beginners. These will also go good with those extra wide gap hooks. These are 5-inch jerk shads from Cream. Hey, Cream. Cream is the company who invented the plastic worm. If you saw my Texas rig video, you might remember that little tidbit. But a 5-inch smoke shad, white on the bottom, kind of gray on the top, perfect for matching the hatch. Again, spinning rod, throw one of the hooks on there, weightless, cast it out, let it set a little bit, and just pop, and let that bait dart. Let it sit, sink, and then dart again. Bass will just be tearing it all up. They can't. These style of baits are perfect for this time of year. But actually, they work pretty much year-round. All right, next up we got a Berkeley Pit Bull. It is a semi-shallow running crankbait. This one can dive down to 7.5 feet. This would be good if the guys are standing on a dock and can cast out, and it's a little bit deeper than bank fishing. But the cool thing about this one is not a suspending, it's a slow rising one. So you can cast it out, crank it down a little bit, let it stop, rise, crank it down a little bit, and then let it rise. See what those fish kind of do around it. But if they're around boat docks or anything like that, this would be a good bait to throw around this. And this is actually in a cream pie, is what they call it, color. So that's pretty cool detail right there. Oh, and hey, what's a fishing box without having a little jig in it? I love Strike King jigs. I became a jig fisherman because of Denny Brower. I watched Denny Brower way back in the day when he was coming up through BASS, and he was always my favorite jig fisherman. I started throwing spinnerbaits because of Kevin Van Dam, and I started throwing jigs because of Mr. Denny Brower. And he was just, you know, he's always been one of my favorites and still is. And realistically, I still throw jigs primarily because of him. Strike King's Pro Model jigs, they're really, when they say Pro Model, Denny Brower is the pro. You know, you can call this a finesse jig because it is a bitsy bug, but I love throwing these things. And again, on a spinning rod, perfect. Pair that up. Take off like the back section or two of one of these craws, and that's a perfect combination. This jig's got a little bit of red in it, and this black craw has some red fleck in it. Great combination. But again, spinning rod, toss it around some docks, stumps, you know, whatever they may have close. Jigs will always, for me, always catch bass. And then he also threw in a sticker for 6 Gill Fishing Products. That's awesome. So thank you, Charlie, from SLYFOX Fishin, so much. All of this stuff is going to be put to use. I'm going to be building smaller bait bundles out of a lot of things. So we're going to divide all these up, put these in little bait packages for the VA Dom up in Indy, so that the guys can take the rods and reels that are already up there, take them out and hit the ponds in the state park, go out and catch some fish, just like my brother did when he was up there for a year. Now, taking a moment to remember, this is Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day is obviously the day that we remember the fallen. But that doesn't always have to be a sad moment, because what we should also be doing is celebrating their life and celebrating what they left for us. This weekend we'll be honoring the memory of Sergeant First Class William Kelly Lacey. He was a senior NCO in my son's unit when they were deployed in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Sergeant Lacey was killed in action on January 4th, 2014. When some suicide bombers were attacking their compound, he managed to mow a few down with a machine gun before he was taken out the tower that he was in with an RPG. We also want to remember Sergeant Tristan Wade, who was killed in action just a couple of weeks before returning home to his bride and young daughter. Tristan was a family friend, played football in school with my son. So while this is a long weekend, and yes, I'll be out hopefully fishing on Memorial Day myself, keeping people in mind in thoughts and prayers, remember that a lot of people sacrifice for what we have. What matters is we live in the land of the free because of those brave. Until next time, get outside when you can. Make some memories, one cast at a time.